Don't worry. Don't you worry. I'm on my way. Woo! Yeah! Oh, yeah! It's a beautiful day, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to Thursday. The week's almost over. Can you believe it? I'm having trouble believing it myself. Where did the time go? Where did the time go? Well, today we're going to be discussing the first reactions and social media reviews for the next installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the last movie in Phase 4, and a very important movie for the MCU for multiple reasons, Wakanda Forever. Last night was a world premiere. A bunch of people saw the movie. A bunch of people were talking about the movie. There's a lot of good stuff. There's some questionable stuff. There's stuff that has me scratching my head. There's stuff that has me scratching my butt. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. And I know what you're thinking, and yes, it's true. The hair is really poofy today. And you might be wondering, how do I keep the hair this poofy when I'm in the Iron Nerd suit? That's because I have the same hairstylist that Robert Downey Jr. has. So it just poofs right out. I mean, look at the size of this poof. It's almost too much poof. It's so much poof. Get a nice side view of the poof. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Eat your heart out, you poof lovers. You know what? Maybe I will someday do an OnlyFans, but it'll just be like really intimate close-up shots of the poof. What do you think? Would you subscribe to that? Are we taking this in a really horrible, weird, awkward direction right away? Is everybody leaving? Guys, wait. Come back! Come back! Come back! I won't do it! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyway. Hella awkward. My bad. My bad. Anyway, okay. Hey, Elijah, thanks for the 50 spot. Holy shit, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate. Okay. Let's begin. Let's talk about this. Wakanda Forever. I'm sure there are a variety of different people that have different thoughts with regards to Wakanda Forever. You know, strangely, I think kind of I don't know. How did you guys feel about the marketing for Wakanda Forever? Because to me, it's been very tasteful, but it's also been kind of low-key, right? Like a lot of the other Marvel movies were getting hyped up or excited about certain things, you know, this, that, second, and the third. When it comes to Wakanda Forever, I don't know. Like, the marketing's been good, and it tells you kind of what to expect as far as T'Challa is gone. Namor and potentially other people feel as though Wakanda is vulnerable, right? That's kind of like the base level marketing. And it's going to be up to Wakanda, and I think a lot up to Shuri to sort of rise to the occasion and fend off this assault, right? And then somehow Ironheart is involved in that, you know. That's kind of like the base level stuff, right? I don't feel that the movie has been marketed as much more than that. And I think that it's very I think that's being done out of respect. Now, we're going to talk a lot about like recast T'Challa and people's feelings on that and on what Marvel is doing as far as the Black Panther, the mantle of the Black Panther and things of that nature. And I would even say that there's a discussion to be had, and when we get into these exact reviews and the things that people are saying, there's a discussion to be had as far as like, does the movie really honor Chadwick? Is it a movie that honors Chadwick and is also an MCU movie that sets up a bunch of connective tissue storylines and things for the future? And, you know, that's, I think, going to be the metric for a lot of people as far as how they feel about the film. Now, the movie actually has a damn near impossible task. It has to live up to the legacy of the first movie and of Chadwick Boseman. So, like, even if Chadwick hadn't passed, right, that first movie is seen by a lot of different people as a truly significant moment, not only for comic book movies, but for movies in general, right? It had this sort of cultural energy, right? You know, this idea of, like, black excellence, the idea of having, I would say, maybe like a 80% all-black cast, right? And just doing a lot of things that frankly had been done before, but had never been done with such a platform, had never been so big. You're talking about $1 billion movie that's considered to be a very important cultural movie, right? And I would argue, like, in a similar way, the first Wonder Woman movie kind of became that thing as well, because Wonder Woman, like, dominated, dude. It's like fucking Wonder Woman and almost made $1 billion, I think, unless I'm mistaken. I think it got like 850 or something like that, and it was seen as this big thing. And then of course you get Wonder Woman 84, which feels like a dramatic step back and is like not good. So you don't want another Wonder Woman 84 with Wakanda Forever. On top of that, it still has to be a really enjoyable Marvel movie, right? I think it's really hard to sell a film to a wide net of audience that's like, this movie's gonna be a real bummer. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, like that's an actual concern I think that the studio should have, because on the one hand I'm like, no, it has to really honor Chad and it has to really honor, you know, what it means for Wakanda to not have T'Challa anymore. But it also, like, it just can't be a total fucking bummer the whole time. Because there's very few movies that are able to be massively successful that are just kind of downers the whole time. And I think it's really important for Marvel, right? Because this is where it gets really crazy, is we're talking all about, like, the sort of individual legacy of the first movie, the franchise of everybody involved, of what a movie like that can be, right? On top of that, Marvel itself is at a really interesting crossroads. Marvel Studios itself needs a win, needs something that fans love, needs something that critics love. They could use a W. Like, frankly, for the last part of Phase 4, it would be incredible for them to go out with a bang and for the movie to absolutely slap, right? And so, for me, it's like, man, it feels like there's so much at stake with Wakanda Forever. You've got a lot of potential fractured opinions on the handling of Chad's passing, you know, recast movement, etc., etc. You've got a lot of people concerned that the film itself won't truly honor Chad and will instead just be a Marvel movie. You've got a lot of people that are looking for a dope-ass Marvel movie and don't necessarily want to just have gloom the entire time, right? It feels complicated, and, you know, just as a person that obviously loves, you know, comic book movies, loves nerdy shit, and also absolutely adored Chad, and Chad's passing hit me particularly hard. It's just crazy what he did silently, and to struggle, you know, like, there's a lot going on when it comes to, I think, in each individual person when they go to see this movie, and also the wider public. And this is sort of the first, I think, big step, as far as a lot of people have now seen it, and they're going to share their thoughts on it, and they're going to really, I think, dig in, because just like all the other Marvel movies, there's going to probably be a ton of people that are positive on the film, but for the purposes of this stream, what we want to do, we want to dig a little deeper, right? We want to look at what people are saying, see if we can form some patterns to maybe have our expectations of what it should be, to see what kind of folk feel, what kind of way about it, and really kind of dig into it. So that's what we're going to do today. And of course, think about what you guys think about it as well. And see how you're feeling about it. Let me now pull up this thing here. And let's just see. I want to make sure this actually is framed well. So if we go to each individual, this is the one that's compiled on Reddit, okay? You can see this pretty well, right? Let me just make it larger, though. Let me make it a bit larger. How's that? We can all see that pretty well, yeah? Are we ready to dig in? Are you ready to dig in? Okay. First review, first reaction here. Lando. Wakanda Forever is outstanding. It handles loss, grief, and revenge with a maturity and seriousness rarely seen in the MCU. Black Panther continues to be their crown jewel. Letitia Wright, Angela Bassett, and Tenoch Huerta all bring some of the best acting I've seen all year. Okay, so pretty cool. Handling loss, grief, and revenge with a maturity and seriousness rarely seen in the MCU. I imagine we'll probably see a lot of people maybe with that take, and it's possible that sort of like that tone and the way that the film really dug in and dealt with it is mature in a way that a lot of other movies in the MCU are not, which I think is warranted. And he's obviously bringing up the incredible performances by these people here. From what I saw, and I actually didn't dig into a ton of this so far, from what I saw, Namor is a highlight, and a lot of people are talking about Tenoch's performance here as well, okay? So let's see here. Travis says, Wakanda Forever is exactly the cathartic experience I hoped it would be, helping us move past our grief while watching the Wakandans fight to do the same. The intro of Namor was incredible. The story, bittersweet and packed with emotionally charged twists. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Cathartic is good to hear. Bittersweet, I like it. But he's keeping it kind of vague, you know what I mean? Not like giving it away too much, but definitely someone that was impressed by the movie. Let's keep going, though. Okay, Kevin McCarthy says, Wakanda Forever is a beautifully cathartic tribute to the legacy of Chadwick Boseman, reminds us of his monumental impact, and that he's truly still here with us. Great performances from Guerrera, Bassett, Wright, and Thorne. Huerta was incredible. Loved Rihanna and Ludwig's score. Oh yeah, I forgot Ludwig's on this shit too, huh? Pretty interesting. So, okay, another use of cathartic. So, I think this is 3 people in a row now that have commented on the cathartic nature of the movie and how, essentially what I'm kind of reading between the lines is that, like, look, the focus that they put on Chad, on T'Challa's passing, it really does feel cathartic, right? And that is good. Like, ultimately, if most people walk away from this feeling like, damn, I don't necessarily feel like they use the trauma. I feel like I grieved through the film properly for the character and the actor. I mean, that would be really wild, right? I'm sure that it's not going to be 100% of people, because, it's just kind of subjective. But, yeah, I mean, that seems really wild. Also, again, another person that's saying that Huerta was incredible. I mean, I'm really looking forward to Namor, man. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Doctor Doom stuff as well, because... yeah, that's a whole thing, and very possible that they cut that out of it to sort of be more respectful, to keep the focus on Wakanda Forever and all of that. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's keep going here. Charles says, Wakanda Forever's bigger in scope and scale than Black Panther, but its story is also one of Marvel's most intimate and heartfelt. It's definitely a comic book movie, but it's one that centers grief and the grieving process rather than superheroics and spectacle. Full review soon. Also, very interesting to see a Marvel film that feels very aware of and engaged with the discourse that sprung up around it while also being very committed to doing its own thing. Fans be damned. Interesting. I don't know about that shit, bro. Like, what does that mean? Okay, let's go over this again, okay? Also, very interesting to see a Marvel film that feels very aware of and engage with the discourse that sprung up around it while also being very committed to doing its own thing. What does that mean, bruh? And he's got the picture of Shuri as Black Panther, okay? So far as we know, obviously, yes, Shuri will be the Black Panther. Now, there's some question as to whether or not she will remain the Black Panther or a ruler of Wakanda at the end of the movie. I've heard like multiple versions of this, and a lot of it involves M'Baku and stuff like that. But yeah, I suppose I wonder, and it's interesting because like we'll go over like E-Man's review too, because he said some stuff that was really interesting, and I looked at his Twitter and I was like, that's interesting. Maybe he's even given more thoughts today. But I feel like what this might be referring to is recast T'Challa, is the mantle of the Black Panther, right? So, I don't know. You know what I mean? Nobody mentioning Winston Duke. That is interesting, Ross. So, I don't know. I don't know what this means exactly. It kind of gives me pause a little bit. I'm sure, like, you know, like, the movie can't go full-on She-Hulk and have them turning to the camera and saying, like, yeah, recast T'Challa. That shit ain't happening. You know what I mean? But I wonder if there's something like that. Right, this is a very interesting comment by him. I'm not exactly sure what to think about that for sure. Okay, let's check this one out here. FICO, interesting name, says Wakanda Forever is fantastic. Coogler delivers a soulful, wondrous sequel that packs an emotional punch and effectively explores relevant world themes. A beautiful tribute to Boseman's legacy. Letitia and Tanakh are great, and the mid-credit scene is really moving. Okay. So let's kind of stop for a second, and we're going to sort of sidebar into some Doctor Doom discussion because, look, I know some people are still holding out hope that maybe in the theatrically released version of this movie, there will be 2 post-credit scenes and the Doctor Doom post-credit scene will be in there. I don't think that's the case. It really does seem like they removed any of that stuff. Whatever their plan was to have that scene, it has been completely removed, and there's only a mid-credit scene now. And the fact that this person says it's really moving, I kind of think I know what it could be. But you know, we won't go into full spoilers or whatever. But pretty interesting that they would do that. You know, look, I'm a massive Doctor Doom fan. I'm not gonna lie. Like, of course, I'm a little bit disappointed that he's not gonna be in the movie. But, you know, putting some time between, like, learning about that and feeling kind of the energy behind what I think the decision was, I think it's twofold, really. Number one, I don't think they've locked in the actor. And if they have, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more of, you know, we feel like this is the respectful thing to do because it seems like the movie is spectacle. But if you just do all the Marvel things, including have everybody talk about Doctor Doom at the end of it, you know, maybe that is just kind of a feel-bad thing, and they're removing it to just kind of give the focus to Wakanda, Namor, and everything that takes place in the film. You know, it's interesting because, you know, Feige's made comments in the past about, like, removing Doctor Strange from WandaVision so that, like, Strange doesn't just show up and solve everything and Wanda has agency. And I kind of thought that was bullshit, but, like, with this particular move, it does feel like I can see it. Like, basically, I could see them being like, bro, we can't put Doctor Doom at the end of this movie. Everybody's just going to be talking about Doctor Doom, you know? And so I kind of feel like that could be what's going on there. Anyway, let's just read this again. It's fantastic. Coogler delivers a soulful, wondrous sequel that packs an emotional punch, effectively explores relevant world themes, a beautiful tribute to Boseman's legacy. And the main two are very, very brilliant. I mean, that's cool. Like, very positive on it. You know what I mean? And, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, let's check this one out. Let's check it out. Brian Davids. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is Marvel's most poignant and powerful film to date. It's heavy and dark in the way that it needed to be, and mostly abandons the studio's trademark tone. The the craft work levels up in every conceivable way, and the performances rise to the occasion. Bro, did I just have a stroke? Like, why is this so hard for me to read? Do you ever have that shit where, like, the way a certain person writes or whatever is, like, hard for you to read? Like, this statement scrambled my brain for whatever reason. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is Marvel's most poignant and powerful film to date. It's heavy and dark in the way that it needed to be, and mostly abandons the studio's trademark tone. Interesting. The craft work levels up in every conceivable way, and the performances rise to the occasion. I gotta be honest with you, that shit was still really hard for me to read. But I like what I'm hearing here. So this is the first review we've seen that makes me think that if it does teeter in one direction, right, because it's still doing all the Marvel stuff, like Homie a couple reviews back said, it's still a comic book movie. Like, basically saying, like, no, it's still going to do all the comic book things. This is the first review I've seen that is like, nah, they actually lean in the other direction. They actually are leaning in to the dark tone and to really just kind of have it be about grief and mourning and loss and all these different things, which is interesting. You know, a unique movie. But also, as I said at the top, Marvel needs a dub, right? Is the whole world, like, down with that kind of experience? Is that a type of movie that you want to see multiple times? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, part of the charm of Marvel, and I think part of the reason that it's so successful, is that it packages things in such a way, and it handles most of the way, you know, that they do conflict and all these different things in a way that's very digestible. That's the Marvel formula. It's the reason that they have the success that they have. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like, obviously, we'll have to check it out for ourselves to see, you know, how we end up feeling about it. But let's keep going here. Though not without its flaws, Black Panther Wakanda Forever accomplishes the difficult task of reckoning with real tragedy while also delivering the same sense of excitement and adventure that has defined Marvel Studios since the early days. Okay, so that's kind of exactly what I was just talking about, okay? The loss of T'Challa is definitely felt here. The score is breathtakingly creative and unique. We're continuously blown away by Ludwig's ability to push the envelope creatively while still matching the emotion you see on screen. We had a blast watching Wakanda Forever, and while the big spectacle is incredibly fun, the film shines brightest in the intimate reflection of the loss of T'Challa. Bro, this film... Okay, so this review is kind of making me feel like maybe it's the perfect mix. Right? If they could really pull off the beautiful and perfect fusion dance of, like, Marvel spectacle, MCU setup, and fun, while also, like, hitting us in the fucking feels, man. That is an incredible balance, and that would be phenomenal. And you know what else, too? I mean, obviously, like, Ludwig is Ludwig, and damn, it's so cool that it seems like he's really killing it. Several folks have brought up the music, right? But this is the other thing that is kind of on my mind, and I can't help it because it's all about Secret Wars, baby. Imagine Coogler's sensibilities brought to a potential Secret Wars where he can play with characters like a Tony Stark, characters like a Steve Rogers, characters like a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, characters like Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Like, this, you know, again, like, after we watch Wakanda Forever, if Coogler ends up being the guy, you know, it just, like, I sort of go back and revisit Shang-Chi and like kind of dig in and kind of speculate on, you know, what Destin could be doing in Kang Dynasty. I think for me, honestly, I've always felt like that's a strength of Coogler's. Like, you look at the Creed movies, Fruitvale Station, like, he can bring a sort of raw emotionality even in sort of subtle ways. It's really, really cool. So I don't know, man. Like if it's the perfect balance, like phew, I don't know. And what if it like? And here's the other thing that's really crazy, right? Because like these are very positive reviews, right? Is this movie going to be so good and so important that it gets like actual award kind of stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that like, I don't know. It's just something that's on my mind. Okay, let's see here. Megan says, the way that Wakanda Forever transforms the narrative of marginalized groups and refocused you on the priority is efficacious. Come on, Megan, help me out here. The introduction of Namor is powerful, and Tanakh embodies the character. That Ironheart, the future of Marvel, is bright. Okay, cool. Marvel and Ryan Coogler pay tribute to the amazing Chadwick Boseman in so many ways and levels in Wakanda Forever. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. The memory of the power he brought to the role of King T'Challa will live on forever. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting take there. Now, I have pulled up here even more stuff, right? And just, you know, I'll try not to read stuff that we've already read before. And also, if you guys know a specific person whose review you want me to look at, just throw it into the chat and let me know, right? In fact, like, I'll do a thing right here. Let's look at what E-Man said. Let's look. Okay, so he gave a reaction vid, right? In his tweet here, he says, can you guys see this? Make sure y'all can see this. Let me pull this up. Okay, so he says, Black Panther was an emotional roller coaster ride. The lack of T'Challa/Chadwick was heavy. Action was superb. Had a couple of laughs. Shed a few thug tears. Namor was fantastic. All the black women were great. Still feeling conflicted. And he's going to give more later. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I don't know, man. That's an interesting take. I don't know that he's followed up on that. He hasn't on his Twitter yet. I'll be eagerly awaiting to see like what other thoughts that he has on it. So Jack McBrien here says, Wakanda Forever is phenomenal. Easily the best MCU project of Phase 4. I cannot understate how masterful the score is from the start to finish. There are no weak links in the cast, but I have to give a special shout out to Angela Bassett and Letitia Wright, who really blew me away. It's pretty wild. You know what I mean? Again, somebody speaking very positively about the score. Let's see what Eric Voss says. Black Panther Wakanda Forever makes it clear how precious Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa were to the MCU. Without him, the film sometimes yearns for a heartbeat. It finds it at just the right moment, and it's exhilarating. I can't wait to see it again. Wow. Okay, Eric going on a little rant. Let's check it out. With the loss of Boseman, I think we forget how every Black Panther appearance in the franchise has centered on loss. But this film teaches us a whole new way to mourn. I think a lot of fans need this. Others may want more, and that's understandable. More will come. The music and production design blew me away. A beautiful film to look at and listen to. Dominique Thorne and Tanakh Huerta make incredible MCU debuts. Telecon, film spelling is gorgeous. Angela Bassett was the MVP. A truly Oscar-worthy performance. Interesting. And as an MCU nerd, oh baby, world building galore. Tons of new rules, locations, new gigs that have me super excited to see what comes next. Let's just say the hierarchy of the power in Marvel Universe actually changed. That's kind of cool. And if you think my hierarchy of power reference refers to any of the nonsense you've read online, nah, not confirming or denying anything, but there's a subtle moment with pretty significant implications on a few upcoming and past titles that made me say, whoa. I wonder if that's Latveria or anything Doom related, right? Who knows for sure. But damn, like this is probably, I mean, this is the dopest part of the whole thing he's talking about here. Like, cause I'll be honest, like I was a little concerned. I was like, I don't know, to be honest with you, I'm fucking conflicted as fuck on this movie because there's a part of me that's like, I just want it to be this dope, awesome MCU thing. fucking with T'Challa in it, honestly, right? And then there's a part of me that's like, but if you're not going to have T'Challa, then you obviously have to address it, and you've got to do it in a very tasteful way, and I want it to be serious and focus on that. But I'm also a big sweaty nerd, so I want all the comic book shit. It's complicated, you know what I mean? But like this statement right here, and I think a lot of the balance that people are saying is in the movie has me kind of excited. Like, it feels like it could walk that line. You know what I mean? It feels like it could be very, very balanced, which is really interesting. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Gonna do a thing. Sorry. Wait, what? What just happened? What the fuck? What the hell? Now I'm blurry, man. Why am I... The hell? Okay, anyway. We already read that one. I don't think we read this one. Wakanda Forever is blockbuster filmmaking on another level. It surpasses the incredible first film with high stakes and thrilling world building. It's an emotional, dark journey leading to a full-scale war, but also feels personal. This may be the best Marvel movie yet. Holy shit. Wow. I mean, what do you guys think, man? Look at Soups. Yeah, I saw Matt's thing. We'll talk about that in a second. I mean, what do you guys think about this so far? You know what I mean? Like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? That's a big statement, right? All right, let me get Matt's thing pulled up. It's gonna be good. Think they're spicy. Gonna be big lit. They're too emotional about the subject. Maybe need doom. That's true. That's a huge ask. Take a look at the Matt. Who? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, bro? Interesting. Okay, here, let's see what he says. Wakanda Forever is definitely a step down from the first film. It has great qualities in Letitia's performance, Namor in the action, but there's a lot that just didn't sit right with me that I can't explain without getting into spoilers. I'll explain more once the film comes out. Okay, interesting take. Let's see what he follows up with. One of the best parts of Wakanda Forever is the world building for the MCU. Namor steals every scene he's in. The people of Telecon and the way they fight is so sick. We're going to need a Telecon project after this ASAP. There's also some more setups for future projects. Okay, so I'll tell you what I think he's talking about, and then he kind of interestingly rates it third in Phase 4. Which also, how the fuck is Love and Thunder that high? But wait, to each their own. Wait, you've got Love and Thunder above Multiverse of Madness. Oh, Matt. Okay. Anyway, I'll tell you what I think he's talking about. Oh, Harloff did a little 1-minute review here? Hey, thank you, Trev. Cool. We'll look at that. Wait, what? This video isn't available anymore. Oh, the mouse came for him! The mouse was like, shut the fuck up, Harloff. Interesting. Okay, let me tell you this. I think what Matt is probably referring to would have to do with the end of the movie and the possibly under the circumstances by which Wakanda wins the war, let's just say. And again, I know just because, you know, I follow Matt and I like Matt. By the way, how did this dude become such a controversial figure, yo? Like... That's crazy. Like, Matt is literally just like a big nerd just talking about how he feels about this stuff. And yet, dude, like, the amount of hate that Soups gets, I think, is fucking crazy. I think it's pretty disproportionate to the crimes, if you could even call them that, of one Matt Ramos. But regardless of all of that, I know that a couple of months back, he was talking about how, like, Namor, who's a powerhouse and who's, you know, a huge sort of character of representation, you know, in his own right, he didn't want him to just get, like, bitch slapped up by Letitia's Black Panther. And we don't know for sure that that's the way it goes down, but I can assume, like, if it happens in sort of a Deus Ex Machina, like, Namor's, like, just fucking wiping everybody out, and then all of a sudden he gets whooped up, like, yeah, that's probably gonna feels bad, man. So maybe that's what Matt is talking about. You know what I mean? Harloff's review is still there? Well, I don't see it. Let me see if I can... I'll look up Harloff's shit on Twitter real quick. See what Christian said, huh? Let's see what he said. Just saw Black Panther Wakanda Forever. If you're looking for that Marvel feel that has been missing, this is it. Emotional. Maybe 10 minutes too long, but who cares? Overall, a throwback to what made Marvel special in the first place. A beautiful tribute to Chadwick Boseman. That's cool, man. I like that. I like that. Cool. Cool. I'll give it a like. I'll give it a like for one of the OGs. All right, who else should we look at? I looked at what E-Man tweeted. I haven't watched his video or anything, you know what I mean? But okay, cool. Let's look at what Grace said. Let's see how many of you guys freak out when I look at Grace's thing. You know, Matt and Grace have that in common. Like, for whatever reason, like, you bring up one of these people and people are just like, yeah, let it out. Hey, let it out. Let all the Grace hate out. Just let it out. Get it out of your system. Okay? You know what? Let's go to the polls on something. By the way, I like both of these people. You know what I mean? I do. I like Grace. I like Matt. But let's see who's more hated. Who do you hate more? Soups or Grace? Now we're back in high school. We're back in high school. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, Grace says, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Wow, big tissues. Ryan Coogler should direct Secret Wars. I agree. Also, Namor is terrifying. Damn, okay. Well, I like me a terrifying Namor. That sounds good to me, dude. Did she say anything else? The fuck else is she saying? She don't say nothing else? The fuck? That's all you got? That's all you're gonna say? What's it? That's it? That's all you're saying? Okay. Okay, who else? Who else should we look at? Somebody said Scott Mendelson. Let's check out Scott Mendeldouche. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. Okay, here we go. Black Panther Wakanda Forever entertains but spends way too much time setting up the future MCU projects and coping with its non-fiction tragedy. It also often feels like a mix and match of prior, frankly inferior Marvel movies. Works best when it's just allowed to be Black Panther 2. So Scott is the kind of guy that when he shits on a movie in a particular way, I get more excited to see it. You know, I don't have anything personally against him, but he feels kind of like a pedantic douche. You know what I mean? So, like, entertains but spends way too much time setting up the future MCU projects. Bro, that's like why I'm there. That's a huge part of why I want to check the movie out, bro. This is the last movie in Phase 4. Do you not see what's going on? So, yeah, I don't know. This, to me, I mean, what does this mean? Works best when it's allowed to just be Black Panther 2? Like, holy shit, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? All I know is that I'm more excited to see it now. Now I'm more confident that it's going to be good. Hell yeah, let's get it, fam. Okay, what else? Who else? Who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, who else? Who else should we be looking at, man? Anybody else? Or should we just get into the Q's and the A's? I am confident. I am confident. Wait, I caught Articuno? The fuck? We already looked at New Rockstars. More negative reviews, please. Campia hasn't seen it. Well, that's because he doesn't get invited to shit no mo. Just spamming Pokeballs while listening to the stream? What do you mean by that? The new Pokemon games aren't out yet, are they? No spoilers yet? I mean, I can spoil the shit out of it for you if you want me to, but I'm not. Is Susan Storm in it? Yeah, but you don't really see her. I'll be here all week. You're the biggest douche of them all. Fuck off, says Detective Bat. Dude, Detective Bat, for that, I'm going to make you a mod. I like your style. Right on, bro. Yeah. The new... Can we just... hang on just a second, guys. The new Pokemon game's not out, right? And also, I need to zoom this shit in a little bit here. Can we just... The new Pokemon game is not out, right? Just... Can we... Hello? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Just want to make sure. You guys are freaking me out, dude. You know, I had a whole day planned, and I'd have to cancel a lot of that shit for the new Pokemon. What do you think we do here? You know what I mean? Okay, so is there anything else, you know, with regards to Wakanda Forever? Should we just get into Q&A and see kind of what you guys are saying? Yeah, what do you think? John Campbell is a complete dumbass and the worst critic. I mean, I don't think he's the worst critic. I also don't think he's a total dumbass. But he hates me, and he is also always and forever John Wiener gazing Campia. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I mean, some things are forever. Diamonds, you know, herpes, and John... I love looking at Tobey Maguire's wiener in all kinds of different lighting Campia. So, you know, no hate, just facts. No hate, just facts. Why does he hate you, Josh? Spill the tea. You could just rewind the last 30 seconds and I'm sure you'll figure it out. Give him the love. Yeah. Okay. Tobey Maguire wiener, 5 out of 10. Right on, Moss. I mean, look. You know, I guess you can't have everything in this world, okay? I think that probably about does it as far as looking over the actual reviews. I want to make mention of the fact that I have a big video dropping later today, and it's another DC video. Okay. Are you guys, like, upset about all the DC videos and the DC streams? Like, let's be honest. Are some of you guys upset about the DC stuff? I actually don't know what the specific Pokemon are for Scarlet or Violet, but I'll get one and Elisa will get one. So we'll have access to both. No, more DC. I'm not. No. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. So we have a cool video coming out about like James Gunn, a little bit more of the James Gunn stuff and Superman stuff, because of course, like Henry Cavill, a video came in from Zack Snyder when he was on the set of Rebel Moon. This was Josh Horowitz sort of podcast or live thing that he did with Henry Cavill. It's all really interesting. There are reports out there about what they're doing with Superman, and so I kind of wanted to just like break that down in a big video because I don't know, bro. It's so crazy. Like, look, a lot of Snyder fans are super butthurt right now, and yet I actually think now there's more of a chance than ever that Snyder could come back. I still don't think he will, but technically that avenue is more open now than ever. And so I kind of want to dig into that and just talk about, you know, what's up. Yeah, I might have to go bald, Kendall. I don't know. That would be, honestly, that would suck because I would shave my head, but I'd also be very happy that Zach was back. Do you know what I mean? So it would be like bittersweet, right? And Elisa would freak the fuck out for sure. But hey, it is what it is. And maybe I'll try to do a really crazy poof on that day as well. You know what I mean? We are afraid they'll butcher Superman. Yeah, I think that that's fair. I think if Gunn was announced as the actual director of the Superman movie, then I'd be with you and I'd be like, that's odd. But it really depends on who they get for the Superman movie. You know, like Cavill wants a Boy Scout version of Superman. That's what he wants. And I think that's probably what Zaslav wants. I think that's probably, like, I don't know, man. I think that's the way. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Josh, give me a yeah. Josh gonna be Professor X Jr. Maybe. Okay, let's get into the Q&A. I want to go through the member chats. I want to go through what you guys are saying. And then we'll hang out in the chat for a little bit as well, okay? I'll just kind of say for my own part, these reviews did get me more hyped up for the film. In fact, let's go to the polls on that, okay? Let's end this poll. Very close between Soups and Grace. 56% of you hate Grace more. 43% of you hate Soups more. Do these reviews make you more excited to see the film? Yes or no? Go to the polls. Okay. Daryl Strokes at Blurred Lines Entertainment says, did you see E-Man's movie news reaction? He was the leader of the Recast T'Challa movement, and his reaction was what I was waiting on. Yeah, so we talked about his initial reaction. I'm going to be actually following to see if he gives his full reaction later today. Or more thoughts on it, because he said he's like pretty conflicted. But yeah, no, of course, I'm following that pretty closely. Elijah with a $50 hauler. Holy shit, man. Very generous. Thank you so much. Says this is just to make a blip in the Creative Juice data for Super Chats since moving to noon. No, vote with your wallet, people. Oh, man, thanks. I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll see. We'll take a peek and see where we're at. Yeah, we're going to give it one more week at noon either way, and then we'll see where we go from there. Searchy87 says, no T'Challa, no ticket. Black men will not watch it. I mean, we'll see. Like, we will definitely see. I can see a world in which some people reject it, but I don't know if I could see a world in which so many people in like a sort of unified way decide to not see it. Because even E-Man, right? Like, I don't think he ever... because I did a podcast interview with him. I talked to him about it. He never wanted to hurt the film. He never wanted to boycott or do any of these things. He just wanted to be very vocal about the desire to recast T'Challa. And they can recast T'Challa after this. He's been very vocal about that as well. So I don't even know if there is a huge group of people, no matter how they feel about it, that are so upset that they're all going to not see the movie. But again, we'll have to wait and see, right? Elijah follows up and says, I'm very interested to see the juxtaposition of Thor Love and Thunder dying of cancer addressed with comedic tone, and Wakanda Forever losing Chad actually from cancer being a mature tone movie. Yeah, that is kind of interesting, huh? That is kind of interesting. Again, until we see it, we won't know. Searchy says they removed Doctor Doom. Wikipedia spoilers better. I don't know what that means. Deja Vu says, what the fuck was even Phase 4? LOL. Black Panther Wakanda Forever has a lot to tie up. I think that's true, and I think that's fair. To me, Phase 4 definitely had some low points. I still think there were a lot of incredible movies and shows. Maybe a show in Phase 4. So, yeah, as I've been saying, I'm kind of with you. I think Phase 4 was a little mid, but I think we go up from here, not down, right? Claytonium, interesting name, says, have you played Scorpion at the Bar Sinister location in Snap? It's savage. No. But, man, I was having fun with the Sinister Bar. A lot of crazy stuff. I really like putting Thor in there. I ran into somebody that put Odin in there, and if you put Odin in there, he just like pops off for a while. It's just super annoying. Like the triggers just keep going until eventually it becomes your turn. But yeah, dude, I'm glad so many of you guys are loving Marvel Snap. I was telling you guys, I was like, dude, this game's real good. Like, it's not just another mobile game. It's real good. So I'm glad you're liking it. Haffitz with a $100 million donation. Thanks so much, man. Says, hi, I've been a fan of your content for years. Now finally have the money to become a nerd venger. Listening to my favorite Doors album, Strange Days. What's your favorite Doors album while stoned? I mean, first of all, I have no idea what you're talking about as far as being stoned, but I will tell you this. It's Celebration of the Lizard, man. Like if there's, you know, if it's a really deep cut kind of thing, and that might even be like a B-side in one of their other albums, but I think it's just this really wild track. And then I think it's Morrison Hotel, the one with Crystal Ship. I really like that one too. Much love, man. Appreciate the support. Lord Vito says smash like button for extra nerd coin. Yes, Josh, I know, but it got more people to smash like. Well, look, I'll tell you this. We'll just keep it between us. I mean, shit, they don't know anyway, you know what I mean? Suede Puma says, thoughts on Harloff's comparison of Namor to Magneto? I'm guessing it's based on his motivations. Looking forward to the movie. Didn't hear that he made that comparison, but that is dope. I'm happy to hear that. And that's cool because, and you know, Gray said Namor was terrifying, and that's cool too, because I was mad worried that they were going to fucking puss Namor, man. Make him into like a Disney prince that wears cardigans like the Hulk and shit. Fuck that. Like, no offense, but Namor should be toxic, bro. Like he should. He should be a toxic, aggressive, arrogant douchebag. Because that's who he is. So I'm kind of excited, man. Magneto, I'm down. Old Head Mike's Metalcore and More with a member for 19 months chat says, we've been getting so much comic action-y MCU stuff lately that I'm 100% okay with it taking a step back to the line for more character and darkness, especially in reverence to Chadwick, R.I.P. King. Yeah, I think it's kind of up to how that balance is achieved, right? For sure. I feel you though. Elijah says, shout out to my West Coasters. Good morning. With a $2 holla. Appreciate that, man. Mitch the latest with a $5 holla says, thoughts on E-Man's short review. Hashtag recast T'Challa. Yeah. So let me just kind of go on a little tangent here. I'll keep it quick. So to me, I think it would be really beautiful if for Secret Wars we got to see a variant T'Challa, and I would actually love it if it was a variant of T'Challa that was actually married to Storm as well. And you got a little bit of that juice, right? I would personally think that would be really, really cool, and it would also be kind of interesting if Coogler is the guy that handles the Black Panther movie without T'Challa, and then ultimately handles the movie that brings T'Challa back via the multiverse. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Like, I would really like that a lot. Peter Thwips with a $5 holla says, apparently Andor's seeing higher audience demand than initially reported. Still behind other Star Wars shows, though. Updated graph soon. Still boring AF. Yeah, I had heard that. And, you know, look, that's a weird one for me because it's still way behind. I'm confused. That story's confusing. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theory kind of guy, but like, why did that graph come out? So much bad buzz, and then all of a sudden, like, I got the number wrong, and we're gonna fix it and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, bro. What do you guys think? That smells a little fishy to me. And also, honestly, I didn't even care if people really liked Andor. I hate that show. Anyways, Locationary with a member for 9 months says, must admit, wasn't hyped for this film until these reviewers said the film is world building. Now super hyped. Well, there you have it. Let's take a look at this poll, actually. 80%. Dude, that's pretty wild, okay? 80% of you are saying that the reviews are making you more excited to see the film. That's really interesting to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's really interesting to me. Okay. Representative Binks says with a $10 holla, if Disney were to make a Tales of the Sith show, what Siths would you like it to be about? Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe Bane? Maybe Plagueis? Maybe Plagueis and Tenebris? Revan, of course, is a pretty obvious pick. Yeah, maybe those. Those would be cool ones for sure. Parker Thwipps, thanks for the support, by the way, Representative Binks. Parker Thwipps says, apparently this is old news. I'll see myself out. Yeah, it's all good, bro. Drew Smith says, Wakanda Forever is going to be that MCU film we have needed. Can't contain how much more hype I have from these reviews. Yo, yeah, man, it really does seem like that. It's kind of interesting. Like, a lot of the time, Marvel reviews come out, and it's just like, it's a Marvel movie and it's good. That's pretty much what it is. And again, like, there's been a couple times where the initial reactions don't really match up to, like, even the reviews that Rotten Tomato gets. Like, people were praising Eternals. Then the next day they were like, it's the worst. You know what I mean? So who knows for sure? But I will say that it is the specific things that are being said in these reviews, the specific weight on the shoulders of this movie that I think are getting people more excited. Like, frankly, I'm among you that are more excited to see it now. This is a very positive, sort of day, a very positive buzz for this film, 100%. Dirt Wizard, remember for 15 months, says, great show as usual. The future of the MCU looks bright. Also, Tales of the Jedi gets better the more you watch it. Hell yeah, dude, I'm going to rewatch that shit again. Maybe I'll put it upstairs while I'm painting some minis, you know what I mean? Flipping the Bird 85 says, yo, Josh, you a Philadelphia Eagles fan, right? Undefeated Birds, baby. Woo! Yeah, so here's the thing. They're my second team, and I'm very happy for the Birds. But the Steelers suck so bad, dude. It is hard for me to get so excited about Philly when the Steelers are sucky. So, I guess I know who I'll be rooting for in the playoffs, most likely. Nathan Brim with a $5 house says, since Doom seems like he won't be in Wakanda Forever, who would you like to see in a post-credit scene if they were to introduce a new character? Okay, I'll just... I don't want to say any spoilers or anything, so I'll just say... maybe a mutant. More mutants would be cool. Okay. Dirt Wizard says, loving the later stream time. Take my money. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Okay, wait. Drew Smith says, I am shocked at how much I love Snap. Makes me really excited for Midnight Suns. Yeah, true, man, true. I'm going to try Midnight Suns out on the channel for sure. We'll do a little stream of Midnight Suns. Should be real fun. Big Mac, remember for 12 months, says 12 months, let's go Diamond Lounge, baby. Hell yeah, man. We will get another Diamond Lounge stream happening very, very soon, okay? Much love to you. Etoske with a $10 holler says, love your content, man. Also, Tales was amazing. Yeah, Tales was great, man. I really enjoyed it. It was good to feel the love for Star Wars once again. Lord Vito says, Daniel Fisher wanted to super chat something, so look for his comment. LOL. Also, it's his birthday today. Dude, can we get some happy birthday love in the chat for Daniel Fisher? Just a little bit of, like some explosions, some candles, some cake, some hearts, some happy birthdays, some HBDs, whatever you gotta do. Sajid says, hey Josh, to be honest, wasn't too hyped for Black Panther 2, but the reviews got me a lot more hooked now. T'Challa was everything for me, but these reviews have given me hope. Interesting, man. Well, I'm happy for you. I mean, that feels like a positive result. And yeah, we'll just see what you think after you see the movie. We're all, we'll gather here again the week that it comes out. I think it's 2 weeks from now. I'll see it on Thursday, and then Friday morning stream will be full spoilers, and we'll discuss it together. So we'll see. We'll see how it hits all of us then. Skylar Hillman says, later streaming time is perfect. What's up with Blade? Was looking forward to that film. Thank you, first of all. And also, not exactly sure. They're getting a page one rewrite, and I'll tell you this Bo DeMeo guy, man, I'm liking the cut of his jib, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he's been talking a lot about, his experience writing X-Men 97, about how he wanted fans of the show in the writer's room, how he hated the fact that the Witcher's writer's room had people that actively disliked the game and the books. Like, what the fuck is that? So that's the dude that's doing a page one rewrite for Blade. I've heard that Mahershala did actually get in costume as well. So, as much as losing the director and the delay is painful, I think we're probably going to get a much better Blade movie moving forward. But that's it. They're working on the script. That's the word. Appreciate the support. Okay. What's going on in the chat? Oh, all I see is happy birthdays for Daniel Fisher. I mean, that's cool. You know, happy birthday, I guess. Happy birthday. Yeah, thanks. The Witcher remake. Yeah, that seems kind of cool, huh? Remade in Unreal Engine 5. Probably be pretty awesome. When Witcher, need more. Good question. I wonder if that's going to drop this year. That'd be sick. Not really sure. Josh, I'm level 37 now on Snap. It's so addicting. Oh, I'm happy for you, but I'm also mad jealous. I'm stuck at like 26 or 27. Yo, does anybody know, does Snap work off of like an MMR or like basically skill-based matchmaking? Because I'm running into some difficult decks and I'm thinking, oh, there's all these new people in here. I'm just going to shit on everybody. But I don't know. Maybe it's like it knows that I've been playing for so long, so it's not going to pair me up with other people like that. Is there something like that that's going on in the game? Robert V, very generous $20 holla. Holy shit, thank you so much, man. Says, I know you probably said this last night, but it needs to be said again. DC has co-presidents. Star Wars needs the same thing. Kick KK to the curb. Get John and Davis co-presidents of Lucasfilm. Let's go! Cut that hair bet. So, yeah, and first of all, I really appreciate the support. And I've been bringing up a lot the parallels to what I think DC just did and what I think Star Wars should do, right? So I think Dave being in that creative role there would be a win. It's also interesting that James Gunn is going to direct stuff even though he's the executive, right? So that would be really cool to see like Dave get that kind of a role. The question is, who would be the business side of that? I actually don't think it's John. I don't think Jon Favreau is that guy for the business perspective. But maybe you bring somebody else in. But yeah, man, I hear what you're saying. Will Daredevil Reborn lead into Spider-Man 4? Yeah, and I think it's called Born Again, actually. But yes, I actually have a video right now that talks about all of that. That's like crushing. It's like 300K views, and I go into it all in there. Darth Princess, member for 12 months, says, love later streams. I can watch all of the stream now. Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the positive feedback on the streams. We're going to at least do another week at noon. And we'll look at the data, we'll talk to the community, and we'll see where everybody's at with it. But it is good to hear that a lot of you are still are liking the change. You know what I mean? Okay, Dave Filoni getting a lot of hate on Twitter over the Ahsoka novel and the way he portrayed Ahsoka in Tales. Thoughts? Oh man, here's my thoughts on this. And look, maybe I'll try to say it in a nice way. I don't give a fuck about a lot of these Star Wars fans, man. Like, Star Wars fans are kind of the fucking worst. So does it surprise me at all that Dave Filoni, the heir apparent to George Lucas, the one... No, it doesn't surprise me at all, dude. Okay. Anyway. Julian says, member for 10 months, Papa, I downloaded Snap on Saturday, and I'm already at level 115. What? What have you done to me? I can't stop snapping? Happy Thursday, Papa, and all the plane goes to the sky? Oh, my God. How is this happening? How are you guys so high on the levels, man? I want to be high on the levels. Cole Wallace says, what sequel movie do you want to see that would make a trilogy? In other words, wait, what? A sequel that only 2 movies that will make it a trilogy. Bro, what? What sequel movie do you want to see that would make a trilogy? In other words, what sequel? Cole, bro, I'm so sorry, man. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Like, are you talking about the sequels as far as just a strict sequel? Or are you talking about the sequel, like the sequel trilogy? I'm so fucking confused. Callisto, member for 27 months. Damn, that's a lot of support. Says, just wanted to say thank you for trying to work on the streaming schedule. Vacation starts next week, so I'm excited to be here for morning and member streams. Happy birthday, Dan on Tap. Oh, it's Dan on Tap. Okay, I thought it was Daniel Fisher. JJ Lemon, member for 23 months, says, as a West Coaster who bartends at night, I love these later streams. I'm less grumpy and can handle all your Andor hate much better. LOL, all love. Oh man, that's sick. Ocasio says, if Lucasfilm hires Dan Lin, LOL. So I don't know if that would be, I mean, that would work, right? Dan Lin's a good producer, but the one that would freak everybody out would be the Walter Hamada, bruh. If Walter Hamada came over, oh my God, there'd be a fucking meltdown. You know what I mean? Angel Stark says, new video with John and Dave talking about the future of Star Wars is wholesome. Apparently, Dave recruited Watts while on the Spider-Man set. Recommend. Yo, that's sick, dude. That's sick. Should we, oh, they're one and the same? Oh, shit. Okay, cool, man. I'm not much of a gamer, but I can't wait for Elder Scrolls 6. It's been 11 years. Yeah, dude, Elder Scrolls 6 should be really, really cool. I love the Elder Scrolls games. I'm very excited for Starfield. I want to play Midnight Suns. I want to play the next Jedi Fallen Order. Call of Duty's multiplayer drops tomorrow. So, yeah, there's some cool stuff going on in gaming for sure, man. Yeah. Also, I set up my airbrush last night and went, did some painting on models. Definitely have a lot to learn when it comes to airbrushing. So I'll probably take a crack at that again today. But yeah, there's a lot of good games and whatnot coming up, man. It's a good time. Good time to be a nerd. Good time to be a nerd. I'm sorry, did I upset all the Star Wars fans? Did I upset all the Star Wars fans? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to. Cole Wallace says, example, word be there are only 2 Clash of the Titan movies, 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies, 2 Ted movies. What franchise deserves a 3rd movie that you can think of? Sorry for the confusion. Well, no, it's all good, brother. And I appreciate the support. That has 2 movies. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man for sure. Bro, that is a tough one, man. I don't know. You're putting all this pressure on me, dude. You're putting all this pressure on me. What are some... I don't even know what movies have only 2. Ooh, 3rd Sherlock movie with Downey. That's a good one. That's my choice. I came up with that all on my own, too. It definitely wasn't Stephen J. Yeah, man. Yeah. A 3rd Jump Street? Dude, that would be sick, too. Andor episode 8 was so bad after watching Tales. Yeah. Top 3 Tales of the Jedi episodes. That's a tough one, man. I'd say probably all the Dooku episodes, to be honest. The Dooku ones just hit a little more for me. Top 3 taco fillings. Carne asada, number 1. Number 2, maybe like short rib. If you ever had like a short rib taco, that shit's delicious. And then number 3, I'm gonna go pulled chicken. Titanic 2 and 3. Let's go. Of course. How could I? Of course, dude. They need to do another Titanic movie where the Titanic reveals itself to be a transformer and it transforms from under the ocean. It comes up and it's all super mad about all the shit that happened and it's going to like take us out. That'd be crazy. It's kind of like a Escaflowne fucking Evangelion vibe, 100%. Ooh, Tron 3. Well, you need Tron 2, right? Well, I guess technically the old Tron is Tron 1. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, Titanic Transformer. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. James Cameron's What If Multiverse. James Cameron. Talking some shit these days, huh? Under Siege 3. Top Gun 3. Tron Legacy is Tron 2. Yes, I know, Rupert. God damn it, Rupert. Now I want Titanic Transformers. This is BS. I know, right? Sometimes we come up with these ideas, and they're so on point. Saj Productions. Welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Favorite movie you've seen in theaters so far this year? Multiverse Madness. For me. Love Multiverse Madness. What about another Constantine movie? Apparently it's happening. That's the word. No Loaf. says, absolutely love Tails, but can't get over this feeling that Ahsoka should have died in Rebels. What? It would have been a natural conclusion. Thoughts? Oh, hell nah. No, man, I need more Ahsoka, not less. I want more. Transformers, icebergs in disguise. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Locationary says, I love The Mandalorian, but I do find it weird. The first 2 seasons is Mando finding the Jedi for Grogu, only to Grogu to be returned to him. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We're all going to have to just not think about it too much when Mando 3 comes out, you know? Dude, the David Harbour Santa movie looks dope. I'm excited for that one. James Cameron needs to watch Ant-Man, Miss Marvel, Endgame, etc. Yeah. True. Yeah, people just say these flippant things, you know what I mean? It's fine. I'd love to see Unusual Suspects Geyser Soze origin story. That would be actually pretty cool, Parth. That'd be fun. For sure. Ahsoka and Luke sitting in a tree, making out naked. Aaliyah! This is a family show. Can't type that shit in. Josh, did you see the Hayden rumors about him playing Silver Surfer? Yeah, I've seen the rumors. I don't know if there's anything substantial there. But that would be cool for sure. I mean, I like that dude. I like that dude. A lot. Okay. I think we're probably going to get on out of here. I appreciate you guys. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do on stream tomorrow, but it should be another fun day. Look out later for the big old video about Superman and James Gunn. I think you'll like that. It should be very enjoyable. And yeah, we'll do a stream tomorrow, and we'll close out the week really strong, okay? Much love. I mean, we could do just straight Marvel Snap tomorrow. We could just snap it up all afternoon. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Wait, what? Josh, did you see my Avengers set up on Instagram? No, I did not. I don't know what that is, bruh. I don't know what that is. I'll destroy you in Marvel Snap. Let's go. Damn, that's aggressive. Snap stream, 100%. Oh, shit. Okay, well, maybe we'll do it. All right, everybody. Much love. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Another successful stream, and yes, I think I will go get tacos. I'm kind of hungry for tacos now, so thanks a lot for that. The reviews kind of got me hyped, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Good times overall. What a crazy week. So much news, so much to go over, so much happening. Good stuff. Happy to be here. Happy to be nerd-venging with all of you beautiful people. Appreciate the love. Remember to open up your third eye. And wash out that brown eye. It gets real stinky. It gets dirty. It's not good for you if you keep it up.